And we've talked about this. We did it a month ago. As we see more and more of these storms, we see more damage, which also means more insurance claims and eventually pricier premiums. And that isn't just playing out with severe weather and homeowners insurance. There has been a perfect storm of sorts playing out on our roads the last couple of years. And Kent, this month it's been felt by drivers with State Farm insurance, right?
Yeah, that's right. We heard about this from viewers, and today State Farm tells us that a 10% rate hike went into effect on August 9th, and it's just the latest price hike. Back in February, we reported that the average premium for auto insurance had jumped 14%, and experts say the trend has accelerated this year.
If you're a driver who's been cruising along without insurance sticker shock, you might want to brace for what could be coming down the road.
We're seeing an unprecedented number of double-digit rate increases in the auto insurance space.
Minnesota's Deputy Commissioner of Insurance says if you're wondering what's driving it, pick a lane. Speeding and distracted driving have increased since the pandemic, leading to increased frequency and severity of crashes, all while new safety technology and inflation have sent repair costs and losses soaring for insurers. State Farm alone reported more than $13 billion in underwriting losses last year and has warned of rate increases for months.
The best thing that you can always do is to shop around.
But Aaron Cocking, president and CEO of the Insurance Federation of Minnesota, says the struggles are widespread.
Carriers are paying more out in losses than they're collecting in premiums. That's the base level. And so to be able to compensate for that, premiums have to go up because no company can exist long term if they year after year after year are paying out significantly more in claims than they're collecting in premium.
What if someone's watching this and they say, but I'm a good driver and I live in a safer neighborhood?
If you really want to find a way to save and you think I'm a great driver and I have no issue, one of the things you should do is reach out to your agent and ask about telematics.
That's a fancy term for discount programs like Snapshot from Progressive, Drive Safe and Save from State Farm, or DriveWise from Allstate, which collect your driving information through a mobile app or a connected vehicle. But keep in mind, those real-time snapshots of your driving really do factor into your savings.
Well done, ma'am.
What did I do exactly?
With Snapshot from Progressive, you get a personalized discount for doing exactly what you're already doing, being a safe driver.
Proof's in the pudding on whether or not you are a good driver. And if you've got no issue with that, then your carrier is able to implement their telematics program and be able to price you accordingly with that.
If you'd rather keep your carrier out of your car, Aaron says it's still a good idea for everyone to shop around, especially if you have changes to your life or driving situation.
If you're parking in a garage, you want to make sure that they know that you're parking in a garage because that also protects in the event that you have a hailstorm come through like we had a couple weeks ago that came through Minneapolis. If you have changed jobs and your commute's a lot shorter than when you originally applied, you want to communicate that to your agent as well because all of that information, the insurers are really trying to figure out what the risk that you pose for potential losses is.
Do you anticipate this trend continuing, or is this kind of the ripping the Band-Aid off for the last couple of years and maybe things will even out a little bit?
I've read some things that seem to suggest that maybe there's some optimism that after we get through 2023 and the early part of 2024, that maybe we'll see this curve start to bend down and flatten out. And so we can hope, but I don't have a crystal ball to be able to tell you for sure.
In case you're wondering, Julia Dreyer, the Deputy Commissioner of Insurance, you heard from there earlier in the story, says all of these rate hikes do have to be supported with data and approved by state actuaries at the Department of Commerce. And she points out that if roads do get safer and accidents suddenly drop, like they did during the pandemic for a little while there, many customers did see some of their premiums reduced or refunded. Jana.
Yeah, I was interested in those Drive Safe programs. The last time we did this story in February when we were talking about these increases about to happen, that was the first thing my insurance agent said is get this program. I just didn't know how to hook the thing up to my car.
Yeah, and it just depends on how much proof is in the pudding. Like you said, how safe are you,
The
Jana?
safest, just the safest.
The safest.
Actually, not really, because I'm the slow one in the left lane. I admit it. Thanks, Ken. Appreciate it.